I like to say this phrase, right? Nobody gets up in the morning saying, I'm going to be evil today.
I believe that, sadly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one or two individuals, but nobody does that. So I think one of the things that escape many of us, even people I think who are very thoughtful, meaning very responsible, I think we need to at least separate intent from impact, right? And in fact, I would advocate focus on impact rather than intent. Just because you didn't intend to do something doesn't mean you have to be responsible for the impact of it. Many of us technologists in particular, maybe even academia, right, like to say, look, I'm just going to do the best, you know, technology, the best research that I can. How it's used, right? It can be used for good, it can be used for evil, is beyond me.
Yeah.
I am on the school of thought that say no, that's not
Yeah.
right. That cannot be right, right? Particularly as technology is being put into application so much faster, so much sooner, and at such amazing scale, right? So I think at the very least, being aware of the potential impact, right, and then controlling for that impact as we think about these things, and I don't mean that in a very abstract way. Um, Machine learning algorithms, right? There's what in AI ethics people say, look, my algorithms just reflect the data, right? If it makes a bad decision, where bad is subjective, right? Bad is, let's say, it makes on aggregate a discriminatory housing lending decision, right? That discriminates against a protected class that we say that in sort of in human space, that would be the grounds for a lawsuit or an EOB action. We technologists tend to say, look, I'm just here to do my job. I you give me the data, I train my model, and it does what the data says. That statement, while true, is sort of lack this larger perspective of the system that we're
Mm.
building. Right? It's not just the model; it is the system. When we call something called knowledge first AI or human first AI, we think about the entire system impact. And I would say everywhere along the chain, we have a responsibility wherever we are to think about the final impact at the output end, rather than saying, look, that's not my job, that's someone else's job. I just work here, I give you the information, you make the decision. Um, and by the way, that's I'm an American now. I've been American most of my
Mm.
life, but I still observe America or certain Western society sometimes with an outsider perspective, and I think it's something unique about our society that says, for example, guns don't kill people, people kill people, right? And the implication being gun makers and gun distributors and gun runners don't have that responsibility is the final trigger puller, right? I think that if you think about that as applied to AI and the impact of it, I wouldn't like to make that argument as a maker of AI.